Hi everyone, welcome back to CrochetRocks. Tracy here, and I'm just going to do a bit of a whip along, and so I've just got my cup of tea and I've got my whip and it's attached to the wall genie, which is rather a long way away, but never mind. And here we are. So we are now ending the pink phase and we're on to the purple. Oh, straight away in the nose. So I'm going to try my best. I'm not at home, so the setup is different. But if I bring this down, you won't see the top of my head if you're going to watch my crochet. But I'm not in my natural habitat. I am at my son's. So if you haven't seen my chat recently, my son's partner, Victoria, her mum died. And it was all kind of happening while they were on holiday. So now that she's back, what they did was when they got home, they went straight up to Blackpool. And now that her mum has actually passed away, they've been waiting for the hospital to release the paperwork. It's taken ages. So obviously Paul had to go to work, and Harley and Alfie had to go to school, and Bailey had to go to college and work. So they came back. But because they were taking so long with everything and it's difficult to arrange things from here, Victoria has gone up to Blackpool. So I'm staying here with Paul and Harley and Alfie until not until she gets back. I shall be going home tomorrow evening because Paul's off work. He's got his days off. And then I can go back and see Gary and do my bits that I've got to do. I've got some orders to pack and send. And then if she's not back by the time he goes back to work, then I will come back. But if not, obviously then she'll be home and everything will be as it, normally is, until maybe if she has to go again, I don't know. But we're kind of just playing it all by ear, really. So while I've been here, I've been doing the dreaded school run. But I have to say, I hated my kids' school run. It was awful. But this school run is actually not bad. It's quite, apart from the fact when you park, you've got quite a long walk. And then it just seems long to me, I guess. But it's right at the back of the school. So you've got this field to walk through and the school. It's just kind of... so yeah, anyway, then I've been doing the dinner and everything. So today I decided to blitz the washing. So that's what I'm doing. And about halfway through this video, I'll go and stop and put the next load on because this load should finish. It's either an aeroplane going by or it's spinning. Aeroplane. Oh my goodness, there's a knock at the door. I'm going to have to pop it on hold for a sec. I'm back. Well, I don't know what happened, but while I was gone, it followed me. I don't mean it followed me out into the hallway or anything, but when I came back, it was facing the wrong way. And I thought, I did pause it, didn't I? And I'm sure I did. But that was just Bailey. That's Harley's older brother. He brought Harley's glasses because he'd left them behind. Oh, the only thing is, I've got the door shut while I'm crocheting and it's so hot. Windows open, but you've got a blanket over your lap, which doesn't really help. And I've got wet hair as well, so hopefully it's not sticking out. Okay, gonna go back down again. Oh, it's just got a nice view of my boobs. How about that? Oh goodness. They look enormous when you go down and look like that. They're not. Honest. They just look it. What a topic of conversation. So yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about before I went. but probably explaining why I'm here. And oh my goodness, I'm all hot and bothered now. I've got a little tissue there because so only a bit of loo roll, but I can mop. Goodness gracious, and my eyes. I kind of collect it in the well. So as you can see, my eye is almost, all of the bruising has almost gone. And I've got this red bit there. Well, it was black. So when I looked at it this morning, I thought, oh, I thought it would just be flat. And it seems like there's a bump. But it might just be where the black was. It's now becoming kind of pink. But I still have to use the eye drops for 3 weeks. So I guess it's been a week. So another 2 weeks of them. So if you're not familiar with why I had a big black eye, I had surgery on my eye to remove a chalazion because there was no way it was going to go on its own. And I had to have it done while I was awake, which was like horrible. But actually, the tissue's getting in the way. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh, man. I feel like, what's his name? He used to do that all the time. Louis Armstrong. That man. Yeah, that's my Louis Armstrong impression. Anyway, it doesn't help sitting here with the blanket over my knees. Possibly should have chosen a different whip. Something small. I don't think I've got any at the moment. Although I do need to get back in the swing of try and kind of make it so it doesn't go over my legs, I think. Try and finish this one and another one that I've got going. And then I need to kind of get back in the swing of doing my... Oh, I've got to go behind my ears as well. I hate getting hot behind my ears. Makes me crazy when I get hot behind my ears. Motifs, that's what I was thinking of my stitch tutorials that I was doing. So I need to get all of those back underway again. I haven't really managed to do that because as soon as I got back from our trip away, while we were away and on our way back, that's when Victoria's mum went into hospital. And then I had my eye surgery kind of putting me off a little bit. And then once I had the surgery, of course, I couldn't really see that well. It was a bit blurry, but I know it's getting better because when I used to put the drops in, it used to sting on the left eye, but they don't anymore. So it's obviously healing, and I'm so glad that it kind of was healing without getting infected and all that, because I'm kind of prone to that, you know. I think because I was a redhead from birth, you know, redheads are renowned for doing stuff like not healing properly or getting infections or bleeding a lot and all that stuff. It's just, we are kind of well known for it. So I'm glad that so far it's all healed nicely. And the one, I had a little tiny one appearing on this eye and I can't feel anything there at all now. So I think it's getting rid. Just the drops. I didn't have to have surgery, because before, when I first got the one on my left eye, a little while later I had one appear on my right eye. And it went with the drops that the doctor gave me. But it kind of sort of went down, but never completely went. And then when I went in to have this one done, that one was popping up and sore. So he gave me stuff for that side too, and I'm glad to say it seems to be clearing, and I'm looking forward to the day when I've got 2 perfectly flat eyelids again. It's been so long. I've not been able to wear makeup or anything. Well, I actually did. I wore it and kind of coloured it in. Coloured it in. Well, it's either that or not wear it at all. So I don't like that one. That's split a little bit. Undo that. So I can hear the washing machine has gone into its final spin, I think. It seems to take forever when, when you're waiting for a washing machine to do its thing. Got one more load I need to do after this one. I've done whites. That one's coloureds. And I've got the dark one. And I'm going to call that it because I don't think there'll be room. I'm going to assess it after this one, actually. See if I've still got room on the clothes area. Because it is quite a size. I'm a bit jealous of that clothes area. I think she said she got it from Temu. So it's very big. It doesn't take up a massive amount of space, but it holds a lot of stuff. It might be a little bit big for my little room though. Oh, I'm cooling down finally. That's good. So yeah, Alfie is at school with Harley, and when Bailey came to the door, I asked how he was because obviously his nan passed away, and we were talking, and he'll be 18 soon. And I said that's really amazing when you consider how. I think when Paul and Victoria first met, he was probably about 8, 7 or 8. So, but he's a big hairy dude now. Well, not big, but obviously bigger than he was. Whew. So yeah, I'm glad to get this done. The trouble I've had to sort of do it gradually. If you've only just joined me, you won't know that I'm actually allergic to wool. And this yarn is Yarn Art Flowers Merino. And Gary bought this for me. He bought me 3 lots of 2 cakes. So I had this one that was kind of pink and grey, and one that was orange and brown. So I had 2 of each of those. And I sat on it. Well, not sat on it, but when I say sat on it, I mean kept it in my yarn stash. Not literally sitting on it. But yeah, I've been having it all this time, and I'm allergic to wool. So I've found that if I do this for about an hour and then I have a break from it, and I mean a good break, then it's fine. But my hands don't normally go in washing up liquid because I'm allergic to limonene. So I usually have rubber gloves on. And when I went shopping yesterday, I forgot to buy any, and I forgot to bring them with me. So the fact is my hands could flare up a little bit more than I'd like because of that. So I'm going to have to watch it. But I've had a real long break from doing any of this. And it's annoying really because I want to do a tutorial for this blanket. And people often ask me when I've done a Wip Along, or Crochet Buddy as I like to call it, if what stitch this is and everything else. And I'll just say, don't worry, I'll be doing a tutorial soon. But, I've had a bit of a break because of all those things I mentioned. But I will get it done. So, how are you guys? Good, I hope. What are you working on? Have you got one project on the go? You're making stuff, and I think people have already started making things for Christmas. And I couldn't help but notice a few people have done a few Christmas tutorials to cater for those people who like to make Christmas things about now, from now to the run up off and on to Christmas. So yeah, what are you working on? Are any of you doing anything for Christmas, whether that means a Christmas project or a present? Either really. But I'm still thinking about cotton right now because we have been basking here in the UK in the grips of a heat wave. And it's been a tad relentless, gotta say. We did touch kind of 36, 37 degrees in the southeast where I live. And they did threaten that it would get up to the 40s next week. So I'm really hoping not, because I'm here without my aircon. And I've brought my fan, and thank goodness that I have, because, I don't think I could have functioned without that, especially last night. And I was terrible. I felt like I was dehydrating. I was that hot and bothered. So, yeah, feeling a lot better today. But I had an early night. I think all the school runs early mornings and strenuous kind of, well, more strenuous than I'm used to activity. Took its toll, and I needed my bed early last night. So yeah, but I keep getting broken sleep, waking up, and I think it doesn't help really that Paul and Victoria have got very, very light curtains, and I have blinds, but even so, they do let in a bit of light, but they don't let in light from a direct window. There is a room behind mine from the conservatory, so it's only got one little window in that part, so it doesn't let in. It's still quite light because it's got a skylight window and a window in the room, so it lets in the light from there. And so I do kind of get light in the mornings, but it's dappled, if you like. It's nowhere near as bright as the sun beating down on a light curtain. It's just like, time to wake up. And I look at the time and I think, no, it's not. So I've got a cup of tea in Paul's Mario cup, and I'm drinking. I didn't do a very good job, did I? I didn't fill that up too well. I'm not sure if I've had some already. I don't think I did. It's sticky toffee flavoured biscuit tea. It is so nice. It is my normal biscuit tea has taken a bit of a back seat since I got the sticky toffee. Absolutely love it. It's my favourite one. I did put one in my shop. And there is also a Victoria sponge cake one in my shop, because that one is another new one and I really like that too. But this is my new favourite. It's not like the caramel. Sticky toffee one is just gorgeous. Really is. My new favourite. So I better make sure that I don't run out of that. It makes normal biscuit tea taste a little kind of ordinary now, I have to say. So today I am making everybody tuna pasta, and it's a tuna pasta bake with cheese. So hopefully, I know Paul loves it, so he was brought up on it. I know Alfie likes it, but the sticky mud in the whole thing is Harley, and he doesn't like things that are saucy. So hopefully, because sometimes you get like one of the ends won't be as wet, full of sauce as the others. I try and make one end a little drier so that he gets the flavour without all the sauce, because he's not really into dinners with sauce. But I didn't really want to have to go make him something else. So hopefully we can get him to eat it. So yesterday I made myself and Paul chicken and veg, and he had mashed potato. And boys had fish fingers with mashed potato. And tomorrow I was hoping to make Paul a curry or a chili while I was here. But I don't have an awful lot of chicken left. I'll have to have a look. I know there's some in the freezer, so maybe I can get out enough. So whether it'll be just chicken again, because Paul more or less said to me, "Oh, I'll eat chicken every day," which I know to be true because he loves it. And he gets that from me because I love chicken and I could eat it every day. So we might, and I have one leg left in the fridge as well as some breast. So I will work it out, I guess. But then I'm looking forward to not having to cook at the weekend if Gary's there to cook for me. I have got to make an appointment actually, because I had a message from my cancer surgeon, and I've got to book my last, well, his office anyway. Got to book my last checkup with them, and then I get discharged. It will be 5 years, and so I need to do that. But it's been a bit awkward because I don't know where I'm going to be and when. So I'll have to ring them and tell them about my delay, and maybe we can book an appointment in like next month or something, when everything should be done and dusted by then, hopefully. Because I've got Michael, my other son, his best friend died, and we have the funeral, and also then we've got all of this going on as well for Victoria's mum. And the hospital only released the paperwork today. Really, really known a delay like it. It was getting ridiculous, to be honest with you. But they've finally done that, so they can go and get now the death certificate and get things kind of start on the arrangements. But they've been in limbo all this time. And I've never known a hospital so kind of behind on it, to be honest with you. It started to make you wonder if they were trying to hide something, you know. But they've done it now, so I don't know how long she'll need to stay there, or if she can come back and then... See, the trouble is coming back and then going back again. It's a long way and a lot of diesel. So and it's just such a huge journey. So yeah. Wow, here we go. That washing machine is done. I'm going to get to the end of this row, and I shall pause it and then go switch another load in, hopefully. But first, a slap. Cheers. I don't know why they get seagulls here. It's not near the sea. It's strange. I don't even get seagull noises where I live, and I do live by the sea. I hear those seagulls all the time, and it's nowhere near the sea. I think it's blown off course. It's weird, isn't it? But they don't always by the sea. Sometimes they just follow like garbage trucks around, don't they? You see that. But all you hear are seagulls. How bizarre. I only said that because I heard another one making that gull noise. It's weird how we don't get them. We see like a very rare seagull, but we do have a lot of wood pigeons, but very, very few seagulls. And the only thing I can put it down to is at the end of our road, where our cliff is, the tide is still going kind of that way. It does lap our shore, but it's just the edges of the body of water that laps our shore. The actual water goes that way towards the nearest kind of beach. So I think that's where the seagulls kind of gravitate, on those beaches, not so much our cliffs. You very rarely see one. Never hear them. I get enough noise from wood pigeons. They're so noisy, and they just go hoo, 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 over and over and over, and seriously over and over and over and over and over. Drive me up the wall, really. It's like, change the record. Say something else. But they don't. I think they've got like 2 hoots, and that's it. 2 hoots they do. You can tell they drive me mad. Crazy is what they do. They drive me crazy. Okay, So I'm at the end of this row. I'm going to go and sort out that washer, put the other load in if I have space. I'll be back, guys. I'm back. So yeah, it was finished and I put it all over the area and come back because there's not enough space for the next one. So I'll do that when some of it's dry, some of it will dry really quick out there because it's that flimsy kind of material for summer. So it shan't take too long. So here we go, back again. And yeah, someone said to me, I don't know, your camera cut the top of your head off. Well, the thing is, if I don't cut the top of my head off, you can't really see what I'm working on. And some people like to look at that, really. If you wanted to just watch my face, I do a vlog. It's called Have a Yarn with Tracy. And what I do is I have a yarn with Tracy, then there's often something else in the title, and Gary's joke of the day. And I do that every day, and you're perfectly welcome to join me. Now, I usually put it up, if I can get it up, that is, at 10:30 UK time in the morning. So whatever time you want to watch it, it's there. And there's one every day, barring things going wrong for whatever reason. But what I do is I filmed them today for tomorrow. So that's usually how it works. Unless something happens, of course, and then I just sort of let you know. But yeah, I do have that. And there's always something to laugh about and smile about with one or two Gary jokes every day. Sometimes my crazy stories, and other times just yarn to look at as well. Apart from the one I recorded today for tomorrow, which is probably today for you because I'm recording this yesterday, I think. So usually I show some yarn from my stash, but I'm not home, and I do have a little bit of yarn with me. And yesterday I showed some of Victoria's yarn stash, but today I didn't have any to show you. But I'm hoping that tomorrow, because I'll have done the washing today and done the hoovering and everything today, tomorrow, once I've dropped off Harley from school, I can go and have a look in some shops for some yarn, or I'll take my filming equipment out with me and maybe we can go and see what's around. So then I can come back and do dinner. So yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow. But you know, my luck, it'll probably be an awful rainy day, but do you know, that would be lovely. That would be, at the moment, an awful rainy day. Sounds like my idea of heaven right now, because you know, the hottest kind of times, and I'm a good 60 miles away from my aircon unit. So maybe even more. I don't know. As the crow flies, it's not that far, but I'm not a crow. Well, some people might say I'm a bit of a crow, but you know, I don't fly. Well, about my broomstick, I don't fly. So yeah, it's too far away from me. Yeah. And Gary, of course. Mustn't forget Gary. But, you know, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe he misses me more and more every day. Maybe. I don't know what my phone is. I had a phone call a while ago. It's there. That's it. I need to keep an eye on the time. I'm not used to these time constraints. And I don't think I've got anything to worry about just yet. Normally, it sparks to life. 5 to 2. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. So, especially as Harley has a club today, so I haven't got to pick him up until 4. So yeah, it's fine. but I'll be glad to get this done. I kind of like it, and I still have the other 2 colours to do something with. So, and I will use them because, I keep looking at all my yarn stash and thinking, why do I want yarn to outlive me? You know, we've had an awful lot of death around us lately. First of all, my son Paul's friend, who was very young, died. He was younger than Paul, and we think it was cancer. And then a good friend to me and my channel, Licorice's mum, passed away, and that was cancer, evil disease. And then my youngest son, his friend, he passed away at Download Festival with his daughter, and that he's taken that very, very hard. Very, very hard indeed. And now Victoria's mum. So it's just been one after another. And it makes you start to think about, all this stuff that I have, all this yarn that I keep for the best. It's like that. We have it in our stash and we don't use it because we're just saving it. What are we actually saving it for? It's there to enjoy. It's there to use and love the things you make. So why not use it? Which is what I decided I was going to do. That's why we have this delightful blanket. Oh my goodness, I've come over hot again. It was all nice and cool just now. Got my dabber. Wow, it is so sunny out there. So yeah, and I've been doing my best not to get out in the sun because I found that I was getting real bad skin kind of condition, a cluster of spots here. And every time I put sunscreen on, it got worse and worse and worse. If I lay off the sunscreen, it seemed to be almost going. So I don't really want to be without sunscreen. And it's one that I'm not meant to be allergic to because I'm allergic to limonene. Oh my God, I should have brought the fan down. I should have just done it. I didn't really want to keep lugging it upstairs and down. But, there comes a time when you think it's too hot not to. And I don't really want the situation where it's just running at my face. So where was I? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, sunscreen. That's a bit weird, really, because it doesn't contain limonene. And it's one of those that doesn't leave your skin greasy. So it shouldn't be clogging. But it's having that effect. So, yeah, trying my best not to have to do it. So I didn't really want to go out too much in the sun. Hopefully tomorrow will be a nice cold day. Can we please just have one? My kingdom for a cold day. That's what I need. My kingdom for a cold day. Oh my God, it doesn't help wearing this. I don't think I've got too much further to go. I'll show you on the wall, Jeannie. Oh, it's not really showing you that way, is it? So the purple bit is where we're at. And the blue, I want to be the border. So I might start the border a little bit purple. A little bit purple. Run up my nose now. I'm allergic to it too, so these fibres play havoc. I'm sorry if I'm squeaking. It's my wooden leg. It's not really my wooden leg. It is the chair, but it's a rocking chair, so I won't be doing that. But I do move about a little bit. I'm sorry it's squeaky. It needs to oil it. Give it a good WD-40 or something. Wow. This is ridiculously hot to do today. So I might have to stop in a minute and make this one not as long as I'd like. I usually try and do an hour or thereabouts, but I honestly don't think this heat is going to allow it. It's crazy. I don't know what the temperature is today, but I would say microwave. I've got an end there that I don't like. That's it, it's gone. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, microwave it is today. Oh, so horrible. It's running down my face. Not nice. Gotta get it. I gotta. It just wells under my eye. And yes. Oh, too much. Too much. Just need a breeze. Be nice if we had a breeze. Just a little one. So when I finish this, we go in the kitchen and prepare my dinner. It's not for me because I'm doing a low carb diet. So I will prepare. Oh, I'm doing it without glasses. Caught on my glasses. There we are. So I shall go and prepare the boys' dinner. Paul, Alfie and Harley can have the tuna pasta. I will probably have chicken. I had ham salad earlier, a bit of cheese and salad. That was nice for lunch. I don't really feel like chicken, but I really don't feel like shopping again. Oh my God. It is just way too hot. It's all right for you guys in these hot countries. You're used to it. You know, it's your norm. It's not our norm. Our default setting is brr. No, it's not really. Our winters have become milder and our summers have become hotter. So it has become our norm. Just and I had this debate on TV the other day about if you've got, would you have aircon? Have you got aircon? Do you think people with aircon are selfish because of the way it impacts the environment? And I think they're talking about those freestanding units, you know, rather than aircon that's in people's homes. Although, I mean, I'm not absolutely sure. I'll do one more line. But, you know, the way I thought, what? If this was the USA, do you think there'd even be a debate as to whether aircon was, it's a necessity in countries where you need it. It's a necessity. It's not, well, they say there no aircon in cars either. We didn't even mention cars, but everybody's got air conditioning in their car. And mostly now people are getting heat pumps and they are cool air in the summer and hot air in the winter. Mine is an actual aircon unit and it does heating in the winter as well. It does cooling in the summer, but it's not strictly speaking a heat pump. It is a proper aircon unit. So yeah, how can they say that? I mean, there are plenty hot countries that just wouldn't have that debate. Why should we? And when you've got other countries like China, for instance, using all those fossil fuels and belching out all of those industrial chemicals, shouldn't they start there thinking about the environment rather than persecuting homeowners who, or households, should I say, who just want to be able to live a comfortable life? It doesn't make any sense, you know. And how can they say that as well when even going green and using sort of the cleaner energy involves using oil to produce it in the first place? it's a bit of a nonsense. It's like saying, you lot, you all need to be green, but because the way our industry's set up, to give you gas and electricity, we're going to be burning fossil fuels to do it, or oil. It's like, well, double standards, double standards. So yeah, my attitude was, shut up, don't be ridiculous. You know, of course it's, if you're, why should we stifle when other countries are belching out fossil fuels? You know, it's ridiculous. And we can all be a bit, what's the word, resourceful, and try and make our carbon footprint less in other ways, but all the time you've got countries that don't pay any attention to it. Anyway, I heard on the news a little while ago, did they not say that the ozone layer was actually repairing itself? So how can we still be heating up the planet if the ozone layer is actually repairing? I don't get that. But I definitely saw that there are signs that the ozone layer is repairing itself. So surely that's fine then, isn't it? Gotta say. Even with other countries belching out fossil fuels, it's repairing itself. I remember when the boys were young, Captain Planet was out there taking ozone up to repair the hole in the ozone layer. I thought, very kind of, modern sort of look on a game. Just filling up the ozone layer with ozone. Captain Planet is a hero. We're going to get pollution down to zero. Even all that time ago. So I'm nearly at the end of this row, and I've cooled down. And I think it's because the sun has stopped beating down on that window a little bit. Maybe it went in just a tad, and there was a lovely breeze came in just now. But it comes in waves. It's just not going anywhere either. Every day. Even when you kind of get up in the morning and you think, oh, cloudier today, maybe today will be a bit cooler. And then all of a sudden, there it comes, that yellow ball that we all used to say we never get. But I always think you can have too much of a good thing. Just want a nice cold day. Don't want any rain, just cold. Okay, so whinging over. I'm at the end of this row, and I think I need to call it a day. So is it big enough as a blanket? No. I think I need to do a few more rows of this colour, and then start the border, because it's this long. It's getting there though. I don't think there's an awful lot in it now. It's burning. Yeah, nearly there. Anyway, it's oh, there you are. Thanks for joining me for a little crochet along, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully it'll be a bit longer next time, and I won't be so hot. Bye for now.